Welcome again. Welcome to another moment with Mommy G. This is Mommy G. All my children are welcome. The parents are welcome. We're going to learn again from one another. And today, I'll be talking about loving. Loving with your head as well. What do I mean by this? Well, we are told that people love with their hearts. In fact, we are supposed to love with our hearts. But sometimes, especially the young children, the adolescents, they take it to another dimension, They don't, it seems as if they don't reason, they don't really, think about certain things they do when they are in love or when they think they are in love, because sometimes it boils down to infatuation. So that is why today I'm talking about loving with your head too. You must think before you do certain things. Don't just do anything or everything that someone asks you to do because you are in love with them. Let's take a few examples. There are people, especially young people, who think that they can sacrifice, everything or anything, to repeat that expression, because of love. Sacrificing for someone you love is not bad. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes there are certain sacrifices that do not make sense or are unwarranted. For example, imagine that you are a student and you want to sacrifice all the money you have, including your school fees, including your rents, including your feeding money, to your boyfriend or girlfriend. They may be in need, yes, but sometimes they're not even in need. They just manipulate you to get your money from them. Suppose you are from a struggling background and you take your fees and give to this boy or girl. What do you do next? Where are you supposed to get some more money to pay the fees? And from experience dealing with these young people in schools, secondary schools, universities, some have fallen in fact, many have fallen in this trap. When it's time for exams, they don't have the school fee receipt because they have not paid school fees, because, they have taken the money and giving it to one boy or one girl, either for a birthday party or to buy gifts, or I don't know, just because they were convinced by this other person to give them the money. And of course, they can't write exams, they fail, and they either carry over the courses or they repeat, so to say. You yourself think, is that reasonable? Some of them sacrifice their time unnecessarily, so to say. Instead of studying or, doing something more gainful for yourself, you spend all your time with the boy, sometimes just wasting away time, or sometimes doing certain chores for the boy or girl. The girls will be cooking and cleaning and washing for the boy, and the boys will maybe run errands, or I don't know, do one thing or another that is not even related to their studies. Again, I say it is not a bad idea to help each other in one way or the other, but they don't spend all your time. You have to be rational the way you are doing it. Don't skip classes, or you don't allocate time for doing your homework and so on, just because you were doing, spend all your time trying to please a boy or a girl. And some of these young people, when you are in love, nothing means anything to you, or nobody means anything to you anymore, not even your parents. You don't listen to them. You don't take any advice. You throw caution to the wind. You slip out of the house without letting your parents know, getting them worried unnecessarily because we are going to sleep with a boy. Some of you even just travel out of town, with all the risk of accidents and whatever, without even letting your parents. And to the extreme, some just run away from home and they are living with a boy or a girl just because they want to prove that they love this other person. It is not necessary. Time is coming when people will be living together. In fact, you'll be tired of living together. So everything has its own time. Reason, think. Why should we be doing all of this? So at the end of the day, if the relationship with this particular person doesn't work, you are going out with another person, you start the same scenario, the same stupid things you say all over. Is that how you want to spend your life? Your love life or your social life? From one boy to the other, or from one girl to the other, behaving in this stupid way? And one of those young people, who again will accept anything the other says. For example, the girls, will tolerate beatings from the boys, cheating, lying, just because you love this person blindly. They say love is blind, yes. But I want to remind you that love should not be blind. Love with your one eye closed and the other eye open. And your head, working to reason things out for yourself and to make informed and reasonable decisions. You should not be making excuses or tolerating, over and over somebody who beats and cheats and lies over and over. And I've heard cases of young people going together, and one of them, for example, the boy will encourage a girl to be sleeping with rich old men, to get money from them so that they could use, to enjoy themselves, and vice versa. Some boys sleep with sugar mummies while the girls are sleeping with sugar daddies, and they bring the money for them to enjoy, as they say. Does that even make sense? With all the risks involved in, sleeping with people at random. You shouldn't do anything because you are in love. And as already indicated, some of these young people, in order to satisfy the other partner, when they don't have money, they do crazy things. Some of them steal even from their parents, from their siblings, from their friends. They tell lies to scam their parents, their guardians, to buy a bottle of broken, or to pay for a bottle of broken photosynthesis, as the case used to be in times of old. I don't know what excuses they give now, just to get the money, to go and please the partner. And I've come across a case of a young man, a young student, university student, who stole, a chicken in the neighborhood just because he wanted to go and prepare it or give the girl for her birthday. And he was caught, by the children of the neighborhood, and he was shamed and beaten and so on. So does that make sense? You have to go and steal to the extent of stealing a chicken because you want to please the girl or the boy. If you don't have money, let them understand. Love is all about understanding, about reasoning. If your partner doesn't have money for whatever, you should reason, you should understand, and not put them in a situation where they'll go and do, what is abominable just because they want to please. So again, think, love with your head and not only with your heart. What of those who are forced into sex? Precocious sex before your time, or even unprotected sex, because you want to prove that you love this person. And they keep putting pressure. If you love me, show that you love me by having sex with me. If you are not ready, you are not ready. Don't break your principles, go against your rules just because you want to please somebody. So use your head, be wise, check sense, as I talk for pitching. Maybe all the way you just agree because you want show man say you love you. Think about your own dignity, think about your own personality, think about your own values, and not let people, the other partner, manipulate you anyhow they want. Some will even isolate you from your friends, from your family, because you just want to be the two of you because to prove that you love one another. No. Life isn't like that. Life shouldn't be like that. You need social interactions with all the people around you. So again, I say, love with your head too, which means you should love with your heart, but you should also love with your head. So think, be wise, and you have a better and fulfilled relationship. Well, that was it for today. If you did appreciate it, why don't you like? Why don't you subscribe if you haven't? Why don't you share? Why don't you comment by sharing your own experiences, giving tips on how to go about this? This is Mommy G. See you next time.